So I want to ask you, like, what problem do you want to solve in the world, and what steps are you taking to build a? I'm gonna tell you, I want some money time. It's not right now, okay? But I want you to lead with thinking about what steps are you taking to actually solve that problem and build a legacy for the kids, okay? So I stand before you very polished, but I wasn't always, right? And so I am going to walk you through the word legacy and how I got to be all the things that the previous young lady read off. The L stands for leadership, and I want you to think about how do you envision yourself being a great leader in your community? Not in the world, not for yourself, not just for your family, but for the community. I always knew that I wanted to help my community, and education was the vehicle for me to do so. I initially thought I was going to be a nurse. I didn't like the sight of blood, and I couldn't pass the cadaver lab. So I was like, ooh, I'm good at talking. I got to do something else, but I want to be a change agent in my community. And so as she read, I've worked in 25 states. I've worked with the Kalamazoo Promise. I am the executive director of the Detroit College Access Network. I serve my community, and I do that through leadership. Next slide. I want to talk to you about excellence. So my team, if you ever get to meet any of them, I don't take mediocrity. If they come to work looking the wrong kind of way, if they mess up on something, I tear it up. I'll send folk home. And at first, people are like, ooh, that's kind of brash. The world expects nothing but excellence of you. You have to demand and expect it of yourself. You'll see two pictures here. One you probably really can't read, but it is from the Kalamazoo Literacy Council telling me that I was the first black woman to be the board president in their entire 47-year history. Now the reason, thank you. The reason that I did that is because my father to this day at 76 is functionally illiterate, and I knew what it was like to grow up in a home where one person couldn't read to me. So in order to be excellent in that, I participate in a lot of reading initiatives, but I got to be the first black woman in 47 years to be the board president of a literacy initiative. The second picture you'll see is Sports Illustrated. I'm not an athlete, but I can dance pretty good. But you see this young man, and it says homeless athletes. The title of the article is Homeless, Gifted, and Black. For 4 months, I worked directly with Sports Illustrated to ensure that they could find folks who had experienced homelessness across the country. And at the time, a young Kevin Durant was able to share his story. They only found me from the excellence in the work that I got to do. And from that publication, I got to be in Rolling Stone magazine. I'm not a singer. USA Today, and all the things that you see there. But that's because I didn't settle for mediocrity. Somebody tell me what steps you're taking to not settle for less, not settle for mediocrity. I'm coming to you. Or you won't have to come to me. This is another 150.
Blair.
Blair. For the notes, Blair.
So in school, like instead of me just doing a bare minimum on like essays and stuff, I'll either write like another paragraph explaining or explain more details in what I do, so I can get more credit and have a better grade.
Thank you, Blair. I love that. Don't just do the bare minimum. Write another paragraph, right? Make sure that you are tapping into excellence. Okay, next slide. It's one of my favorites. Look at me, long time ago. Okay, so I want to talk to you about growth. It's my favorite slide, but it's because of the growth. When I was in high school, I was a little bit of a rebel rouser, believe it or not, and I was in something called the Oosh Clique, which was actually a girl gang. It's a little funny, but when we used to walk down the hallways, people would be like, Oosh, okay? So Oosh Clique, we were rebel rousers, and my graduating high school GPA was a 2.5. I pulled my transcripts just for this because I thought at least it was a 2.8. I'm unsure how Eastern Michigan University accepted me outside of they saw the trends and the A's and the B's that I got in the latter years. And I won't point anybody out. But in that picture surrounding me is somebody who committed murder, is a few folks, and it was murder of a child, actually, that was not hers. Somebody that just didn't make it out of high school. A couple people didn't make it out of high school altogether. Couple teen moms. And if you see me in the white shirt with the herringbone necklace. Google it, what's the time to be alive? But I would be in the middle of them. And as we came down the hallway, it would be two people in the front of me, 2 people on the side of me, 2 people in the back of me, and if anybody even looked the wrong way, we was fighting, okay? And you can't see, we all had on house shoes. We didn't even wear like gym shoes in school. I was like, I want to go to school and be comfortable. I'm gonna wear house shoes. And I am embarrassed at the person I used to be, but thank God for growth, let me tell you, okay? So if you see me now in my nice little red blazer, when I got my master's degree, my GPA average was a 3.8. And I am surrounded by the Wayne State University's men's basketball team because I started a Metro Detroit chapter of Shoes That Fit to make sure elementary school students got shoes that they couldn't afford to have. So it took me some time to get there, but the growth is what saved me, because had I stayed around the criminals and the crooks and the drug dealers and all of the such and the like, I wouldn't be here in front of you today. So I'm gonna take the level down, but for $100. Okay, I see you. You don't even know, but now you got to participate. You want to answer the question. Come here. Tell me your name. Don't you? Listen, I got a little more money to give. Don't be, you get knowledge if you don't get nothing else.
All right.
Tell me one area you've had to grow in over time.
One area.
Oh, and your name.
Okay, my name is Mio. One area that I've had to grow in would probably be in ELA, as I'm more of a math person,
Okay.
and I struggle to read. Cause I have like attention problems and I can't
Okay.
focus on books. But my grades in ELA were like C's and B's, and now I'm like currently in honors English.
Come
So
on, give
that's
her a round of
growth.
applause. Come. And thank you for telling your business and your transparency. Okay, next slide. I think we got 2, 3 more and I'm done. All right, so the next is awareness, and this is not a plug for my podcast, even though I got one. So I want you all to leave and do a SWOT, a self-analysis on your strengths, your weaknesses, your opportunities, and your threats. Too often as adults and as young people, I see people like, Beyonce doing this, oh, Cat Williams has said this about, this was on Metro. That's all about other people. I want you to literally go home and stand in front of the mirror and do a SWOT analysis on yourself and think about your strengths, your weaknesses, your opportunities, your threats. I do that in a bi-weekly podcast because at 42, I had to be like, girl, that wasn't really your friend. You shouldn't have really been dating him. Maybe you should exercise. Little bit more of a self-awareness. So that is what the A stands for. We can do the next slide. I want to give you an example of a SWOT. So you can't read all of this, but there's just examples of outlining your strengths, outlining your weaknesses, outlining your threats and your opportunities. For $200, I'm gonna come on this side of the room because they was talking about me over there. Sharnice, put your hand down. You can go. Yeah, you gotta stand up and you gotta come to the front with me. Yeah, come on. We almost done because I know y'all gotta get on the bus. Okay. Well, you raise your hand.
I did, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Tell me your name.
Bryce. Oh, you want to
You're doing good. Nope. All right, Bryce. Okay. Tell me one strength that you have and one area where you could take the opportunity to grow. So I'm not going to ask you a weakness in front of all these people. We don't need them in your business. Okay. But tell me a strength in one place where you feel like you could grow.
Well, strength is math because I'm good in math.
Come on.
And I could grow in ELA.
We'll take it for 200. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. I feel like, okay, I'm back. I thought I was cutting out. All right, so that's the SWOT. And maybe I'll do another giveaway for every student that sends Decan a SWOT analysis. I will think about it and work with Adam and company. But I want you to go home and really think about your strengths, weaknesses, opportunity, and threats. Next slide. Commitment. So I am a first generation low income college student. I went off to Eastern Michigan University 24 years ago. And I had to think about just my commitment to overcoming many things. I was somebody that faced food insecurity and have had to eat out of the garbage before. And like, not that I want to share that, but boom, that's been reality. So when I've worked with growth, somebody said, when I've worked with students on campus, food insecurity often comes up. And so what I want to tell you about commitment and being a change agent is have not only a commitment to yourself to do better and your family and your community, but expand your reach to see if you can make a commitment to the world. And so I am the National Board Secretary for Swipe Out Hunger, and we work with colleges and universities on 750 campuses across the nation, just not in the United States or Canada, but beyond. And so when you go off to campus and you see a food pantry, we're making sure that they get the appropriate things that they need. I think I see your hand. We're making sure that they get the appropriate things they need. And if you see this gentleman right above me, he works for Time magazine. So remember that girl that had that 2.5 that was a rebel rouser that then got to be in Sports Illustrated? Like, now I'm on a board with somebody from Time magazine. Commitment. And I don't know, did you have a question? No, y'all just trying to get the money. Okay, no, just playing. The last thing is next slide, is the why is yearning for knowledge. And so I have a couple degrees. I never pretend to be the person that knows everything because I don't, right? I'm always yearning for knowledge and yearning for more. I could have a PhD, but I don't want to write. But that never stops me from learning. So during the pandemic, I went back to Eastern and got a Leading for Equity and Justice certificate. Charnice and I are fellows as a part of a program for the Black Executive Director Alliance of Detroit, where we get to meet with other Black executive directors, but I get to learn from a coach because, again, I don't know everything, so remain teachable as you learn. And then Kresge, who is a national philanthropic partner, picked me to be one of 40 Black or brown leaders across the country that gets to exchange knowledge. I get to be a part of a cohort with the Supreme Court Justice. And I was like, ooh, girl, I get to learn a lot from you. And she says, Cyekeia, I get to learn from you. So again, stay focused, think about building your legacy, be committed, be self-aware, and stay on your journey, but always yearn for more knowledge. So I'm going to end, and I'm going to see how we doing on time because y'all got to get up out of here. Y'all real quiet. Y'all want some money. Okay. I'm going to let y'all ask me a couple questions as long as they don't yank my coat, and I'll still give away some money. But let's go to the last slide, where I want to know from a couple people, unless somebody has questions, what steps, I'm going to come in the back. Why y'all? Now listen, people in the front got some money. No. What steps will you take to build your legacy? You got to stand up and tell me your name.
Okay.
You will get $100.
Okay. I actually had a question.
Okay, you can ask me the question, then you got to answer the question.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to work it out. Go ahead.
So my question is, what inspired you to be who you are now? And to answer your question, I want to strive to actually do better in my work and put more energy in what I do.
Got it. Thank you. And tell me your name again.
Mia.
Okay, so what inspired me? You heard me mention first generation college student. A couple people may have heard this before. I grew up in the 80s. It was a drug epidemic, crack era and boom. Both of my parents were on drugs, but I could read really well. And I was like, I can't be a video vixen. What can I do? Is read. And I just knew that education will always be the vehicle to get me up out of the ghetto. And once I did that, I was like, there are other Cyekeias or folks like Cyekeia that need to do the same. So that was my inspiration. This question, or y'all trying to get some money? Not for the money? Okay. You want to answer a question? Okay. So I'm going to do 2 more people, but you want me to ask you a question?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, let's do it. What steps will you take to build your legacy and your name? I'm going to still give you some money, but go ahead.
Like legacy, well, right now I'm trying to help build like my community in like Detroit right now. Like this weekend I'm having like a open studio because I have my own creative studio. So I'm having people like creators, like Black creators specifically, come in, learn what they want to like learn themselves like trades, like how to paint, how to sew, because I sew. And I like my own brand and stuff. So I'm trying to teach people how to sew, how to paint, how to graphic design, website design. So just build my own community, like for more Highland Park though, because like we need to help in Highland Park specifically, but just trying to help my people, my community. That's the goal.
Oh, Robert, I love that. So I'm going to give you $250. So make sure we know that Robert, Adam, you getting that Robert $250? Okay, I'm going to come to this table because y'all been looking at me, but this is only for $100. I'm only picking one of y'all, and then I'm up out of here, and y'all got to catch me next time. I did say, okay, all right, real quick though, 100, okay? All right, okay. Y'all going to miss the bus. Same question. Y'all going to be all right? Okay, for $100. Tell me your name. Tell me how you're going to build your legacy.
My name is Tajane, and how been my legacy? Oh, is this what I sound like? My bad. Can I hold it?
Go
Yay. Okay. So, stop laughing at me. Excuse me.
Stop laughing at her, y'all. Okay.
How been my legacy is I really want to learn to be more consistent with myself. Everything comes with consistency. If I
Come on.
continue to do it, I think I'll get better at what I do. And I want to start with my sports stuff, which I'm really good at. And I think I just want to be the best I can be at that. I don't like being average at anything.
Come on. Average is not for us. Okay. Average ain't for us. All right, consistency. Now, y'all heard me say, y'all put your hands down. I'm coming to this table, to the young lady that introduced me. Oh. Yeah, you can ask me a question. I think, yeah, okay, only one question. So make sure if I come over there, it's going to squeak. See, I'm not going to remember that part. We just, okay. Tell me your name again. $400. You're going to tell me how you're going to build your legacy, right? Okay.
My name?
No, for $800.
Okay, my name is Shay, and I'm going to build my legacy by networking with the people I have around me to make sure that I have a good community around me who will push me, who will make sure that I get what I need to do done.
I love it. Okay, I'm going to answer this question. I'm going to have you come here, and then you walk with me as I come up to the podium to say goodbye to everybody, if you're okay. Because I don't want y'all to miss the bus. Okay, tell me your name, ask me the question, and then I'm going to say goodbye, y'all.
Okay. My name is Cyekeia, and you asked several people about legacy.
Yeah.
And you spoke to us about being the first Black woman to have done several things. What is a legacy that you know that you've already set for Black women and Black girls growing up specifically?
Oh, listen, y'all trying to make me cry. Let's give her $100 for asking the question, Adam. That's a really good question. Okay, so I will tell you as they come up to pass out stuff, I know that my legacy is first. I don't have kids, and so all of the things that I birthed right now is my work, and that's it. So my legacy is first. It's just to go beyond what anybody else has done before, and to leave a mark on this earth. So thank you. Thank you. All right, y'all, that's my time. Have a good one.